some thoughts on how we got here. Okay. How we got here as far as this economy is concerned and the inflation and the numbers and stuff like that. So we're going to listen to the white lady. Okay. And as a reminder, we are not going to go to these people's TikToks. We are not going to go harass them. We are not going to go bother them. None of that. Please, please, please. And thank you. All right. Shout out to Michon, member for 6 months, child. Brooklyn, take a look, child. Member for 6 months. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, Michon. She says, hey, Brooklyn, look who's love and appreciate this pick me mammy, messy Michon. That's me. Pick me mammy, pick me mammy. Shout out to Michon. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Blade Day Walker sneaking on up in here. I appreciate you. Thank you guys so much. Please make sure you hit the like button. Let's see if this will play, child.
I saw this TikTok the other day about how we all feel broke. And they were saying that during the Great Depression, the average American was making $4,300 a year, which is the equivalent of like $95,000 by today's standard. So I had to go look that up. I had to do my own research. And this is what I found.
Come on, child.
So I found this list of the cost of things in 1938, which is at the very end of the Great Depression. Okay. So you can see the list. Now I'm going to tell you what that actually amounts to in today's numbers.
Okay.
So the wage for 1 year in 1938 was averaging $1,731, which is the equivalent in today's standard of $37,193. So that was where I was having a big disbelief, was in the amount of wages that they made in the Great Depression versus today. Because I make more than that, but it's saying that the national average is $63,400 for today. Now,
I thought the national average was something like $40,000. Now, listen, I'm only letting her talk because y'all know I'm not adding and all that type stuff. That's why I'm going to just let her rock and see what she got to say. So is the average now is 60-some thousand? I don't know if y'all know. I don't know. But okay, so what? Is the Great Depression are we in a Great Depression maybe? Is that what they're trying to equate this to now? We live in the same as they did in 1938. The money is going to increase. Inflation is never going to go anywhere. It goes up and down. That's just how an economy works. So I'm not sure what the point of all of this is. I'm not even sure how we can compare from then to now equated together. I know I can't do it.
Well, I can buy that $37,000 is not a lot of money by today's standard.
I agree.
Here's where the real kicker is. In the Great Depression, a house cost $3,900. That amounts to an inflation rate of $83,000, where in actuality, houses are averaging over $420,000. Yeah, that's why we feel broke. Oh, but it gets even.
Why? I don't get it. And what am I missing, y'all? You know I'm not good with numbers. What do we miss? What am I missing? So I'm hearing, so those of us that have appreciation in our home should feel bad because they've appreciated. Is that what she's saying? So if I bought my house for $100,000 and it was still worth $100,000, then everybody would be happy and the problems would be solved? I don't get it.
Even worse, because cars in the Great Depression cost $860, which amounts to about $18,000. But in actuality, cars are going for over $40,000 now.
And y'all are buying them. What am I missing? Y'all are buying these cars. Y'all, wait, I haven't even gotten to the car stuff. Cars are crazy ass prices with crazy ass payments. You saw that homeless girl talking about her payment between her payment and insurance is $1,000 a month. I would never. But so then what I'm thinking, I could be wrong, is that somebody somewhere is making bad monetary choices, and that is where the struggle in lies. Okay? So just because you want it, which is the difference between the Depression, I believe, and today, is that in the Depression time, they weren't sitting up here trying to get everything that they wanted, okay? They wasn't out here with cats and dogs when they couldn't feed themselves. They ain't out here worrying about taking trips over to Oklahoma, over to Pennsylvania, over to California. I'm gonna keep it local. They wasn't trying to worry about that. They was worried about the food on the table. That's all I'm saying. Am I crazy? Yeah, I am. Okay, not from that perspective, but seriously, I don't like it. I don't know what she's saying. I don't like it. Shout out to Millennial Investor and Lifestyle. The 67,000 is the average for a full family salary average combined. I can believe that. I can absolutely believe that. That makes sense, especially when we're talking about the younger people. Even though this woman ain't young, I'm focusing on you younger people, okay? Because y'all the ones that's on here carrying on with this stuff, okay? Shout out to Blade with the 5. Thank you, hun. He said her calculations are a bit off, and the depression ended, excuse me, after World War II. I'm thinking hers is off as well, but let me let her finish.
Here's the big one. $420 a year for tuition at Harvard, which should be $9,024. Now that's about what an average college costs these days. Harvard today is $54,000 a year. So during the Great Depression, they had to spend 2.25 times their salary in order to get a house. And by today's standards, you have to spend 6, almost 7 times your salary to get a house.
I call bullshit. I've never had to spend that to buy any house I've ever bought. What is she talking about? I don't know. These calculations is all she crazy. She out here making these people feel better. Like this one says, I spent $430 in 2 weeks on groceries for 3 people. What the hell are y'all eating? What the hell are y'all eating? I make $48,000 a year roughly, but only bring home about $25,000. Taxes, insurance, etc. I will never understand that. Oh, I will never understand taxes and insurance. So it's worked this way all these years in the United States of America, and now in 2023, the millennials, the Z's, the Z's, and the A's can't seem to cope. So everything should change. Does this not sound familiar? Does this not sound familiar? It doesn't work for me, so you should change for me because I said so. So I'm going to tell you what you should do for me instead of me doing what I need to do for me, taking care of my needs and putting off what I want. So until I get to where it is that I can finally get what it is that I want. Just go ahead and try to make somebody else feel bad. Okay. Got it.
A car cost less than half of their salary, whereas by today's standards, you are spending almost your whole salary for a year buying a car. I was basing all of those numbers off of people who make $63,000 a year, which does not include me, which is why I and so many of my friends feel broke.
Girl, what your husband got to say about all this? That's what I want to know. What's he doing? What's he doing? I'm confused. What's going on? Where he at? Did he do any of this math, girl? Because we want to know what he got to say. I want to know what he got to say, okay? Because it's another thing that a lot of these women have in common, y'all. I ain't going to say it. I'm just saying a lot of these women got a lot of things in common, okay? Shout out to Kevin, the software tester, another channel member. Thank you so much, hon. I appreciate you. Shout out to Brooklyn, another channel member, child. He says she is only saying 67 times the salary because she does not want to get a house she can actually afford. Hello, thank you so much for saying that. That is the other thing. Why don't you go ahead and get what you can afford? How about that? That's an option. There are ways to go ahead and get a home. There's also ways to get a decent home as well. Yes, you do have to work. Yes, you do have to have decent credit. Yes, you do have to have some money in order to do it. If you don't want to do it, just say you don't want to do it. I've never had 7 to 8 times my our salary in order to buy a house. Never, ever, no way. So if I might not know the rest, I do know that. Okay. But listen, go ahead, girl. Float on. Moving on, child. Moving on. I tried to give the benefit of the doubt and let the math, and it just don't seem like it's right. All right. So we moving on. Anyway, let's go to this baby right here. See what she got to say. Whoops, 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 whoops. All right.
I always get, you're so pretty. You're such a beautiful girl. And trust me, like, I love it. I eat it up. I love it. You know, I take pride in taking good care of myself, and I will actually be watching my face. I'm not just going to only use these wipes. But today I got paid. My check was a little bit over $2,000. I did 10 hours overtime because that's what I'm allowed to do. And then I got a $24 check from the second job that I just started at the mall. I paid my rent. That was like $1,500. $1,553. I paid my car note. That was $406. That left me with $81. I went and got gas because I was on E. That left me with $33. And I went to the
makeup, weave. Hey, spiders, makeup, weave. Hey, we got a new song. We got a new song. You all are the gift that keep on giving us, on giving us, on giving us.
So Devin, you can't hear her because she's talking very, very softly. Okay. But as she's telling the sob story, and I'm sitting here watching her with this wig weave, eyelashes, makeup, full faces she's taking on right in front of everyone. She's taking it off right in front of everyone, talking about being broke. If we sat down and watched Dave Ramsey, which we won't because that's a copyright strike, the first thing that he would say is, you can't be that bad because you're wasting money on stuff that you don't need. It's what you want. And I'm going to call that on most of these people's cases. It's because they can't get what they want. That is the problem. In most of the cases, not all, but most of the cases. This woman is sitting up here full makeup. I'm sure she'll say, I got to do it for work. I got to do it for work. So you got to get your lashes. Those are lashes done, y'all. Those are, you go someplace and you let them put lashes into your lashes, and that stuff is not cheap. The wig, the weave, it's not cheap. The makeup, I'm sure, is not Walgreens. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. So then there's that. So, but somehow, some way, I'm supposed to say, oh, Brooklyn, Gemini, what you think about this child? So we should feel sorry for her? So we should do what? Oh, girl, let me send you some money so you can get some better spiders makeup and weave. Is that what should be happening here? Hello? Am I missing something? Shout out to Blade for another 5. He said, Kennedy said in 62, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. They ain't willing to do nothing for the country. They want to blame the country for their problems. They want to blame the country and inflation and Biden and Trump and everybody else except for them, as she sits here fully faced up, made up, talking about her struggles. Girl, where the calculation for the wig, the weave, the spiders, and the makeup? Where that calculation at? Don't keep us hanging. Come on, child. What else?
to the grocery store to get a can of soup and some bread and some stuff, and so I can eat dinner.
She just now said, I went to the grocery store to get a can of soup and go get a can of soup and some bread so I can have dinner. So in other words, it's more important for, this is her talking, it's more important for me to spiders, makeup, and weave it up than for me to eat. Now, I know what y'all gonna say about the eating part, but let's just pretend for a second, okay? We know she really not eating bread and soup. We know that, okay? But there's people who are going to sit up here and fall for it, and that's what they want. It's the empathy and the sympathy that people like us don't have because you're full of it. They always tell on themselves at some point, and someone like Brooklyn, shout out to Brooklyn Gemini, don't see it and can't understand it because you're too busy trying to be cool with the success, and you don't look at the story as a damn whole.
And I went to get some Cheez-Its because I love Cheez-Its.
Oh, not Cheez-It, y'all.
And they're normally $2.99 a box, but they were like almost $4.
So we all know that Cheez-Its are very healthy. And it's something that if you aren't eating or you don't have food, that you should be getting Cheez-Its. Now, someone will come through and say, oh, you can't tell her what she wants to eat. Maybe that makes her feel better. Of course. Always an excuse for this person. But you think you gonna tell me.
And I cry because it's like $4. Like, who pays for $4 for a box of crackers? I always get.
All right, so that's it. So we're supposed to feel bad for her because the Cheez-Its. Why I gotta be Cheez-It, y'all? She gotta pay $4.99 for a box of Cheez-Its. Again, as she look at this makeup as she's taking it off. Look at them spiders, y'all. I can't do it, y'all. I can't do it. I don't know how people don't see this, but maybe it's just me, child. Maybe it is just me. Shout out to Mona D in the building. I appreciate you for being here. I see you, hon. Shout out to Blade for another 5. He said, well, she has a soup sandwich. Oh my gosh, she's getting kidnapped, right? Oh my God. Girl, you better watch out for babies on the side of the road, child, because that's what this might be sounding like the way that it's going, okay? Half damn crazy. But I'm sure all these women is like, oh, you poor thing. Oh my God, you poor baby. Brooklyn, send that biatch some money, okay? She not fooling us. Then the crying at the end, child, please, if you don't go to hell, moving on, all right? Let's see what this baby has to say, because she says this is out of hand, y'all. This is out of hand.
Try to keep it cute. I try to be understanding, be an adult about this whole inflation situation. But at this point, they're playing in our fucking faces. So originally I was seeing stuff go up 20, 50 cents or whatever. But what I really want to talk about is honestly the price of French fries and tater tots. Tater tots more.
So this woman wants to complain about the price of French fries and tater tots. The price of French fries and tater tots is going up, and it's just not right. They're playing in our faces, because this is what we should be worried about, right? The price of French fries and tater tots, while the other one claims to be buying soup and bread. Soup and bread. Another one. Listen, shout out to this baby, okay? All these people is babies to me, y'all, okay? Look like she got a little bit of the, maybe not spiders, but she got the makeup and the weave going, right? You got a car, girl. You looking like you keeping it cute, like you said. But we supposed to sit up here and believe this story? So we supposed to sit here and believe this story? So we are supposed to sit here and believe this story? We do not. We do not. Shout out to Your Excellent Sir for another 2. He says, knocker, don't knock me and my Cheez-Its, right? Crazy. We are not fooled. We are not. Tater tots and French fries.
More importantly, they were $2.99. Then they went up to $3.29, which was okay. They are now $5.99 in the stores. And I am at my wit's end. I'm finna just, I really try to keep it cute.
She is at her wit's end because the French fries and the tater tots is up to $5.99 or however much she said. Brooklyn, I'm supposed to have empathy and sympathy for this child. I'm supposed to have empathy and sympathy for this child. Child, if these people don't go on some damn where, this is all a game. But it's okay for these people to do their content creation their way, but it's not okay for me to do it my way. Got it. That's what Brooklyn is saying, because that's all this is. For at least for these last 2 to 3 people, for show. Because you can't be serious getting up here, taking off all that spider's makeup and weave, or sitting here in this car. I see the leather seats, so it's a nice car. And she got her nice hair, and she got her makeup on, and she looking cute and classy, okay? but she worrying about a damn potato chip. I'm sorry, potatoes and tater tots. Girl, I can't do it. Moving on. I can't do it. These people crazy.